Welcome everyone to Yin Yoga. My name is Tammy and I'll be guiding you through the next hour. Our theme for our class is ease and compassion. As we move through the class, thinking about yourself and creating that ease in your body, creating that ease in your mind, an overall ease, something that we love to talk about, but how do we do it? Of course, participating in a yoga class, it does help. It helps for the holistic approach for what we love to do. Coming back to your breath, breathing in through the nose, and you may exhale through the mouth at first. And then we'll come breathing in through the nose and then out through the nose as we move through the class. Holding our poses for a little bit longer. So let yourself take your time. If you need to adjust as we do, hold the poses for a little bit longer, please do, and then come back. Beginning our class in butterfly. Butterfly, we may have our bolster, our pillows on an incline, and then turning so that your hips, your pelvis are tucked right in towards your bolster, your pillows. If you do not have these props, you don't need to. You can sit upright and have your feet together and be in butterfly. You can get some pillows too and then come back to us. I'm going to have pillows on one side and then the other side for my knee. So having your supports. So just placing your pillows underneath your knees. And then letting yourself gently come back. And then opening up through our chest here. You may bring your arms to the side. You may lie back on the floor without any supports underneath your back too. Closing your eyes. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Hear your breath. Inhaling. Exhaling through the mouth. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. One more cycle of breath, just like that. Now you may inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So in your own time. You may inhale for 4 seconds and then exhale for 4 or 6 seconds. Exhale breath being longer than the inhale breath to help you to encourage more release. We'll be in butterfly for another minute. 30 more seconds. For the last 15 seconds, make our way out of butterfly. You bring your legs, tip your knees back towards the center and come over to your side and then make your way up. Okay, moving our props to the side. And then coming into child's pose. I'm having this as the top of my mat. So turning towards the top of the mat with your forehead. So first come to all fours. Do a little wag of your tail. Uncurl the toes. Come back into your heels. Let the forehead rest down towards the ground. You may have your forehead resting on your hands too. If child's pose is not accessible for your knees, you may lie on your back and take your knees in towards the chest to cradle. You can come also onto the side of your body. Come back to your breath. We stay in child's pose, but we will walk our arms over to the left side. Just lifting your upper body and then walk your arms over to the left side. Let the forehead rest again down towards the ground. Nice stretch all along the right side of our body. And slowly walking your arms over to the right side. Let the forehead rest. Come back to your breath. Letting the forehead rest helps for grounding and coming back to our theme of ease and compassion and thinking of yourself here. Finding that ease with yourself finding that care for yourself. Use your breath, inhaling breath, to breathe into all those tight areas. Exhale breath, helping yourself just to let yourself release. Let your body soften into the ground. Slowly make your way back towards the center. And then coming up to all fours. Stepping forward with the right hand and then the left hand, make your way into downward facing dog. Draw the right leg straight up towards the sky for three-legged dog, and then bend through the knee and step onto the outside of the right wrist. Making your way into dragon. You may have your knee off the ground or the knee rests on the ground. It's nice to have a little bit of cushioning underneath the knees so you can double up your mat. You can use a knee block, or if you find that's fine. Great. You hold right here. If you'd like a little bit of deeper stretch into the right side of our hip, you can come down to the forearms. Let the forehead hang. Your head hangs, right? Your forehead comes down to the ground. Come back to your breath. This is quite a big opening into the right side of the pelvis. And some of you know this was not my favorite pose before when I first began, but now I love it. So just take your time. It does come. Inhale breath, breathing into all those tight areas. Exhale breath, let yourself release. Let yourself go. Feel a sinking into the ground. You may count out your breath. So inhaling for 4 seconds, exhaling for 6 seconds. Thirty more seconds. Continue to hold. The last 15 seconds, making your way out. So coming to your hands and stepping your right foot back to the left foot into downward facing dog, or you can come back into child's pose too. And then into the other side. So take your left leg straight up to the sky, three-legged dog, and then bend to the knee and step onto the outside of the left wrist. Okay, right leg is straight, or the right knee bends and comes down towards the mat. You may hold here and let the head hang, forehead down to the ground, or a bigger stretch in the outside of the left side of the hip, forearms come down towards the mat, and your head hangs again. Come back to your breath. Feeling your body soften. Thirty more seconds. Really slowly making our way out of dragon. Take the left leg back to downward facing dog. And then making our way to child's pose. And then to Sphinx. Okay, lying on our belly. Legs stretched out behind you. Taking your elbows underneath of the shoulders. Forearms straight out in front of us. Uncurl the toes. Lifting your upper body up. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Pubic bone down towards the ground. Draw the navel in. Then draw the head down towards the ground. Thinking of being long through the spine, but letting your body go. Let your head hang. Now, if you find that this is still not the best pose for you right now, you may come onto your chest here, so lying right on the ground, and then you may bring your arms to the side and then let the cheek rest on your mat. And let your body soften. So you're doing Shavasana on your belly, on your tummy. We have 1 more minute. Last 15 seconds, we come out of Sphinx. Nice and slow. We come back into child's pose here, just a counter pose. And make your way up to all fours. Okay, our next pose is swan. So I'm going to have my pillow ready and I'm going to place it just onto the outside of my right hip here. So just having your props ready. So all fours and then step forward with the right hand, left hand, back into downward facing dog. 3-legged dog, we take our right leg up towards the sky, bend through the knee, and then turn your right knee out to the right wrist. Place your pillow underneath the right hip. Sleeping swan, coming down towards the ground. I am going to show you another pose if this pose is not accessible for your knee. Let the forehead rest down towards the ground. You can have your forehead resting on your hands. You can have your forehead resting on your mat, finding what is going to work for you. Okay, so the other version would be figure 4 and lying on your back. So if sleeping swan doesn't work for you, so it's not accessible for you, then you're going to lie on your back and then cross your right ankle over the left knee. And then you can wrap your hands around the left leg and then hold. That same idea, opening up through our left side, our right side of our hip. If you are in sleeping swan, your toes can be down towards the ground, or you can uncurl the toes, let the top of the foot rest. Coming back to yourself. If you find that your mind is very busy, come back to your breath. Thirty more seconds. Last 15 seconds, we come out of sleeping swan or figure four. And back into downward facing dog. You may alternate knee bends. And then come to all fours. And I'm going to change my prop here to be on the other side. So my pillow's going to be on the other side for my supporting under my left side of the hip. Okay, so back to all fours. Step forward with right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, take the left leg straight up towards the sky. And then bend to the knee and turn your left knee out to the left wrist. Place your pillow underneath the left hip. You may come back into figure four with the left ankle crossing over the right knee. Come into sleeping swan. Forehead resting. Let the forehead rest again onto your hands or your mat. Right toes may be down towards the ground or uncurl the toes. Top of the foot is down. Now checking in to see how you're feeling. Not only physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Doing an overall check. And then let your body settle. Let your mind wander. Thirty more seconds. Slowly making your way out of sleeping swan. Come back to downward facing dog, nice and slow. All fours. And then coming over to sit on your bottom. Coming into dragonfly for our next pose. You can use a pillow to place in front of you for dragonfly. So dragonfly is sitting in a V sit. Your legs are open, nice and wide. If you do have a pillow, you can use it, but you don't need to. I'm going to put my bolster right between my inner thighs. Stand up tall, and then folding forward. You may let your cheek rest onto your pillow, or you're letting yourself hang. About halfway through, if you're letting your cheek rest onto your bolster, your pillow, about halfway through this holding of this pose, I will tell you, and then you can turn to the other side. Your chest is resting on your pillow, your bolster. It's a nice time to check in with your heart rate. Using your breath to help your heart rate to slow. Letting your body soften to help your heart rate slow. We are about halfway through this pose. So if your head is resting, your cheek is resting, you can turn your head and let the other cheek rest. Slowly start to make your way out. Dragonfly. Making our way to shoelace. So I'm just going to put my toe to the side. And for shoelace, we do need our pillows again, though. I'm just going to use my softer ones. Place them on each side of your body. Okay, a couple of versions for shoelace. First, the goal is to have our right knee stacked over top of our left knee. So that's the goal. And holding onto the ankles here. Okay. Another version would be taking your left leg out, straight out in front, and then crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee, and then you can use your pillow underneath the knee for support here. So finding what is going to work for you. You may also add the arms with your legs here. And so it would be, they are eagle arms, and you don't have to do the arms if you don't want to. You can just let yourself be here. If you would like to add the arms, it would be the right arm sweeping underneath of the left arm, and then holding onto your hands. And then I'd like to draw my arms up and then draw my arms down and let my shoulders come away from my ears and let my shoulder blades come down my back. Close your eyes and let yourself settle. Feel your body soften. Use your exhale breath to help you let go. Finding that ease in our body, finding that ease in our mind. Thirty more seconds. Slowly coming out of shoelace, release your arms first. And uncrossing your legs as they go behind and then uncross the legs. You may windshield wiper your knees side to side first, so take your feet in front and feet are wider than the hips and windshield wiper. And then into the other side. Okay. This time, Crossing your left leg up and over top of the right knee. The goal again is to line up your knees, left knee right over top. You may hold on to your ankles, or the other version was right leg is straight, crossing your left ankle over top of the right knee. And then you can have your pillow underneath of your hip for support. You can also add the eagle arms. This time the left arm would go underneath of the right arm. So swinging under and then wrapping your arms around each other, and then your hands can come together. Draw your shoulders up and then draw your shoulders down. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Close your eyes. Use your exhale breath to help you to settle into this pose. Inhale breath, inhaling into all those tight areas. Exhale breath, letting go. Feel the softening of your body, gentleness, ease of your mind. Thirty more seconds. Slowly coming out of shoelace. Releasing your arms first. Releasing your legs. Take your legs in front. Take your feet wider than the hips, and then windshield wiper side to side. Okay, I'm going to move my props. We won't need our props right now, so you can set them to the side. And then roll over to the side of the body and make your way down towards your back. And then on your back, so you're in supine. Knees are bent. And let your lower back settle into the ground here first. Coming into a lovely banana shape, banana asana, one of our favorites to do. Take your legs long on the ground. Walk your legs over to the left corner of your mat. Your pelvis stays down towards the center. And then walk your upper body over to the left corner of your mat. So here we're going to feel a stretch all along the side of our body. And so from the bottom to the top, making our banana shape. Not too big, so you don't want your right hip to be lifting up. Arms may come up overhead and you can hold onto your hands, or you can hold onto your elbows and let your elbows come down towards the ground. You can have a little bit of support too underneath the elbows to a cushion. A bit of a deeper stretch along the side of our body. You're crossing your right ankle over top of the left ankle. The last part, we close our eyes and let our body settle with our breath. So inhaling and exhaling this gentle breath. Thirty more seconds. Coming out of Banana Asana, we're going to uncross our ankles. All opposite way here, coming out, releasing the arms. Arms may come down to the side of the body. Upper body coming back towards the center. The lower body coming back towards the center. Making your way to the other side, walk the legs over to the right corner of your mat, and then your upper body over to the right corner. Arms may come up overhead. You can let your arms just be overhead without holding on. Or you can hold onto your hands or your opposite elbows. You may cross your left ankle over the right ankle. And again, the last part, close your eyes. Smile, and then release down to the ground. Let your body just go. Feeling the stretch all along the left side of our body, opening up into our rib cage. Lengthening out our IT band along the side of our leg. Thirty more seconds. And slowly coming out of Banana Asana. In reverse, uncrossing our ankles. Releasing our arms down to the side of our body. Upper body coming back to the center. And legs coming back to the center. Bending through your knees. Take the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. This is cradle. And then our final pose, Shavasana. Shavasana may be with your knees bent. Shavasana may be with your legs straight out in front of you. You can take the right ankle to the right corner of your mat, left ankle to the left corner of your mat. If you'd like to place a blanket over top of your body, please do. You may have legs up the wall, or you may lie on the side of your body. Finding what is going to work for you. You can also come into a seated position, meditation. Once you are in Shavasana, take your time to set up. Close your eyes. Let your eye sockets feel heavy. Let your facial muscles release, relax. Your lips part. And you feel your body sink. Imagine feeling the warmth of the sun warming up your body. Feeling at ease. Letting your mind wander, not focusing on one thought. We'll be in Shavasana for a few minutes. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back to me. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, noticing your breath. Noticing the surface that you're lying on. A little shift through your body. You may have a deeper breath. Letting yourself feel the calm around you. If you're lying on your back, you may draw the right arm above the head and bend through the knees and roll over to your right side to fetal. Take a moment. And then making your way up to a comfortable seated position. You may have the knees higher than the hips to take pressure off the knees. And then placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you everyone for joining me and sharing your practice with me. Letting yourself take a moment for yourself tomorrow also as we move throughout the week. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.